A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away. Hello there, and welcome to a very special, very spooky edition of For Light and Dice. Our first season has ended, and spooky season is upon us. I am not Chris, the person who would normally be speaking right now, but I also might not be Nathan either. Non-binary, trans. This is a weird time to be alive right now. So I'm trying out a new name. It is Robin J. Moss. Hello. I've been liking it, but yeah, it could change back, might change to something else, but I'm feeling pretty good about it. Anyways, yes, I am the one in the driver's seat this session, and if you are just joining us for the first time, hello! And yeah, I'm not normally the one doing this, so please bear with me. I have no idea how this will go. But we are a queer TTRPG actual play show set in the High Republic era of Star Wars, and we just finished our first season using Star Wars 5e to tell stories together in a galaxy far, far away. However, today we will not be doing that. We'll still be telling stories, but not with Star Wars 5e. But more on that in just a minute. If you haven't listened to Season 1, don't worry, there won't be any spoilers for the main campaign this session, I don't think. Guys, please don't spoil things. With all of that said, I want to introduce you to the other cool people who I get to make this show with. Let's start with Hope. Your name, your pronouns, and the character you play in Season 1
Oh, of season 1 of our podcast.
of
Okay.
this podcast, yes.
Yeah, sorry. Hi, I'm Hope. My pronouns are she, her, and I normally play Gaz, who is a Gazo, and her pronouns are also she, her. But I'm not playing Gaz today, and we will find out soon who I'm playing, right?
Yes. We'll
Okay.
save that for a little bit later. Colton.
Hello. I'm Colton. I'm any all. I'm not particularly picky about pronouns for me. And then I play 1N.
Amazing.
Oh, that laughter is a spoiler, by the way, but you don't need to worry about that. You'll be fine if you listen to the first season. Everything's fine. Don't worry about it.
I play 1N asterisk.
Nothing bad happens with the High Republic.
All right, Charles.
Hi, my name is Charles. My pronouns are he, him. And on the main campaign of For Light and Dice, I play the character of Win, pronouns he, they, and I'm not playing Win today, although I am constantly channeling them.
So true. Jess.
Yeah, hi. I'm Jess. My pronouns are they, them. I play Lysander, who is a human, and his pronouns are he, him.
Wonderful. And Chris.
Hey everybody, I'm Chris. Typically, I'm the dungeon master / game master, whatever you want to call it. My pronouns are he, him, and hunty, and yeah, I play everybody else.
Hunty?
Hunty,
Hunty
all right.
girl.
Thank you. Yes, and once again, I am Robin J. Moss, and my pronouns are they, them, and I normally play Zero in the main campaign, the droid engineer with a mysterious past. So yes, if you haven't listened, please go listen to Season 1. All of it is out now. All right, so now, as I mentioned earlier, we will not be playing Star Wars 5e this session. Instead, we'll be playing a modified Star Warsy version of Grant Howitt's wonderful little one-page RPG, The Witch is Dead. I wrote the modifications myself to fit the game into the Star Wars High Republic world of For Light and Dice. And I highly encourage anyone to go check out the original game, as well as Grant's other works like Honey Heist, Crash Pandas, and many, many more delightful little one-page TTRPGs. So, now, without further ado, I give you The Night Sister is Dead.
Robin changed their lighting to be red. I want everyone to know.
It's very, very important that they are using these ominous squonk red lighting.
All right. So, we turn away now from the adventures of the phantasmal squonk and travel through hyperspace far, far away from the light of the Jedi and beyond the reach of the rising storm of the Nile to Dathomir, where the dark side of the Force manifests in ways that even the Sith considered to be unnatural. On the surface of this red planet, there are many clans and covens who wield this strange magic. The Blue Coral Divers, the Singing Mountain Clan, and of course, the Night Sisters. The Night Sisters of this time live in disparate covens, not yet unified under the iron fist of Mother Talzin. But though they are fractured, these witches are fiercely loyal to their covens and their planet, rarely leaving its atmosphere. Those who do leave are often cast out or killed upon their return, but there is one who chose to abandon covens altogether and do her own thing. Her name is Ida. A bit of a bad girl who cares very little for the rules. Ida has always been a bit of an outsider. She was raised in a Night Brother clan before realizing her true place was with the Night Sisters. In her coven, she regularly questioned the rites and rituals and experimented with forbidden magics. Eventually, she decided to leave her coven and the planet as well. She had many adventures and particularly enjoyed discovering the fauna unique to each planet she visited. And it was on these adventures that she found our 5 player characters, her chosen familiars. So those who meet Ida rarely ever forget her. She is tall, strong, and beautiful. Her 7 horns encircle her head like a crown, protruding through the long silver hair that cascades down off her ghostly tattooed face, down the back of her tattered red dress, which is adorned with all sorts of arcane ephemera, claws, bones, potions, charms, and the like. She lives with the 5 of you in a cave, away from the various clans of Dathomir, where she is free to experiment with her strange and wild magic, away from prying eyes. Or rather, she did. She doesn't anymore, because last night, while the 5 of you slept, somebody snuck in and dragged Ida out of the cave and fucking murdered her. Now, the 5 of you now stand before the bloody corpse of your witch, and I want everyone to please roll a d10 for me. This is going to determine the order in which you describe your characters, as well as the spell that Ida would have taught you to help around the cave, but we're going to wait to reveal that until the moment you want to use it. All right, so what did everybody roll?
I got a 4.
A 4, okay.
A 10, Charles. Jeez.
Oh, I see, okay.
Off to a great start.
All right, so
here.
Charles got 10. All right. Charles 10, Colton 3,
3, yeah.
3, Hope 1, and Jess 2. Okay. All right. So that would be the order would be Hope, Jess, Colton, Chris, and then we'd go highest to lowest. So Charles, Chris, Colton, Jess, Hope. All right. So, Charles, would you please describe your character and the look on their face as they behold the brutally murdered corpse of Ida outside of the cave? It is lightly raining right now. It rained pretty hard last night, but it is just sort of lightly raining, and you kind of see the last remnants of blood sort of like washing away. And yeah, please describe your character.
So I am playing a Tuca cat. I have decided that the Tuca cat's name is Quincy,
Quincy.
because obviously I was going to make a Dracula reference here. And Quincy is just the normal purple Tuca cat variety. And he is standing kind of near Ida's feet, sort of poking her with a paw on the ankle. Maybe trying to determine whether or not she is sleeping or dead, or possibly determining if this is food now. It's a little hard to tell.
Excellent. Okay. Yeah. All right. Colton, would you please describe your character and how they are reacting to this scene?
Didn't Chris roll higher than me?
Oh wait, yes. Chris did. Yes, you're right. Yep. Sorry.
I'm playing a puffer pig named Oinky. He is a dark red colored puffer pig with black lines across his belly. Upon seeing the corpse, he looks extremely nervous, starts shaking a little bit, and then suddenly expands into a massive ball. And he starts just rolling around, going, "Oh, I don't know what to do. Where am I going to get food?"
I should state for the audience, all of our player characters have a telepathic connection between themselves and Ida that Ida did magically, so they can all speak to each other with words. But of course, if you run into other humanoid figures, you probably wouldn't be able to speak to them. Anyways, yes, wonderful. Oinky the puffer pig. All right, Colton.
Alrighty, so Barnard, the Minoc, is bright yellow, and is just sort of like, flapping the wings over this sort of horrible scene. There's not a thought behind Bernard's eyes. They're just blank and, just chilling, having a good time.
All right. Yeah, okay. You're just chilling, having a good time. Thank you, Bernard. All right. I believe it is then Jess.
Okay, so I'm playing a Vulptex, icy little friend. His name is Puck. And he is also like kind of checking his surroundings, like what the heck? Like, obviously she has been killed. I must find whoever was her killer immediately. I must find clues.
Wonderful. All right. And last but not least, Hope. Please describe your character.
I am Polion. He is a little guy. He's a little Gorg with big feelings about this. And he is not okay. He is trembling, and he turns to his fellow familiars and go, "My brethren, we must find who has killed our mistress. Look at her. She's our once great beautiful mistress is gone, and there are delicious flies crawling on her, though."
Amazing. Okay. Wonderful. Okay. All right. And then, sorry, your character's pronouns. How should we refer to your characters? Polion is he, him, I assume. Yes?
He is he, him, because he is the greatest Gorg ever, and he is his mistress, his favorite Gorg, and you will refer to him as Gorg Master.
All right, Gorg Master. And then Puck. What is Puck's pronouns?
Puck is he, they.
He, they. All right. And I believe it was then Charles.
He, him.
Quincy, yes.
He, him. Although Quincy has one brain cell, so if you called him anything else, I don't think he would notice.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Okay, and Chris.
I think Oinky is he, him.
He, him. And Colton, Bernard.
It's.
It's. All right. Wonderful. Cool. All right. So, you are all beholding this horrible scene. Quincy, could you give me a clever check as you are kind of sniffing around, kind of poking at the body to see if you sort of find any sort of clues here.
Sure. So, for our listeners who may not be familiar with the Which is Dead system that I just learned about, we have sort of a modified character sheet light, and we only have 4 traits: clever, fierce, sly, and quick. Each of us have individual modifiers based on the type of creature that we picked. So I will be rolling a d10. You only need a d10 to play this game. I will be rolling a d10 and adding my cleverness modifier, which, because Quincy is a Tuku cat, is 0.
Yep, and we're going to say this is pretty challenging. Again, it rained last night, so if you're trying to like figure out what's going on, so we're going to say this is an 8. You need to meet or beat an 8.
Well, I got another 10, so...
Wow, okay.
Wow.
Yeah, so you you look around and you see like a bunch of like stab wounds on Ida, and so this is clearly a very violent sort of murder, and you can see the very faintest footprint sort of like just washing away with the last bit of rain as it finally lets up, sort of heading east. You can kind of get that vibe as you're looking.
So Quincy circles the corpse a few times and remarks, "Very sharp claws on this thing, yes. Very sharp claw." Oh, and just sort of starts wandering off after the footprints, ambling kind of in the direction of where they are going, and then stops and looks around, and then continues facing the same direction.
You suddenly hear behind you the voice of Ida say, "Hey, where are you going?" And all of you see a sort of ghostly apparition in green flame of Ida, looking alive and well, but translucent, just kind of looking at all of you, be like, what you doing?
Mistress, you're here!
Well, sort of, only partially. I mean, I'm there, but yeah, also here.
Food is that way, unless, and Quincy points a paw at the corpse, unless that's food now?
No, please don't eat my body. Okay. If we're gonna, yeah, so basically...
Are the flies on your body okay?
Oh, yeah, go to town. You can, yeah, go on. Wonderful. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so I don't really remember how this happened, but I'm here because you guys are here. I sort of, like, did a cool spell. You know, I'm, like, always, like, experimenting with magic and stuff, and I did this cool spell where I tied my soul to all of you so I can stay on this plane for a little bit. And I can be fully resurrected, I think, if you go get the person who killed me's eyes. Maybe not. It might not work. I'm really not sure. But I figured, you know, when I was making the spell, that if I was murdered and I could have my familiars bring me back to life, and the spell requires the eyes, you know, at least the person who killed me would be dead and mutilated if it doesn't work. So you just need to go find whoever killed me's eyes.
Aye, mistress. Oh, that's a joke.
Oh, Bernard.
Oh my gosh.
You are a
Oinky.
delight.
Oinky deflates and looks at her and just says, "Oh, that sounds really scary. Can I just sit here?"
Well, I'd prefer you didn't. The spell kind of needs to be solved in, like, 5 days. Otherwise, I will be dead forever. And not
5 days? What? How many? What is? What's a day?
Oh, you know, when the sun is up and then when it's down, one time, you know, of it being up and then down, that's a day.
Puck kind of is just like I am surrounded by idiots.
As if to
How
accent
dare
this
you.
point, behind Puck, Quincy, who is clearly not paying attention to this conversation, is chasing flies around, attempting to bat them ineffectually. But he is too slow and stupid to actually catch any of them, so he just kind of keeps face planting into the dirt.
Every time that Quincy kicks up a fly, Polian is just like, bleh.
Puck looking at Ida is just like, I will try my best to bring you back, but you can't blame me if we don't accomplish this.
Look, yeah, I know. It's a bit of a stretch. No one's ever, some Night Sisters, they do like a little resurrection. They kind of like bring the other witches like half back, but I always thought that was weird and gross. So I tried to come up with a better spell, but I really have no idea if it'll work. So if it doesn't, at least you guys tried your best. But
Well, we will get on the plane and find the ice.
yeah. What?
Not ice! Eyes! Eyes!
Well, where do we have a plane? What plane are you on,
Oh,
mistress?
this plane of existence. The sort of like. You know what? Don't think too hard about it. It's magic stuff.
Okay.
No, I'm gonna need you to think a little bit, please. Please.
I think this is really dangerous.
Yeah. Oh no, it for sure is.
Oh,
Especially if the person who I think maybe killed me, then yeah, it's probably very dangerous. I don't know for sure, but I think I've made a lot of people angry around here, but I don't talk to a lot of them, so I can't really think of who would kill me other than my ex. Yeah, he's this very, very big, very big night brother, named Cav. Cav and Scott. He just has this fierce. Is this huge hulk of a man and has this look on his face like he would like kill all of your favorite characters. But he's the only guy. He was pretty upset when I left the Night Brothers, not because I'm trans or anything, but just because I left, So he was pretty upset. He's the only guy I could imagine sort of doing this. So maybe check the Night Brother village.
Quincy has now become bored with the flies and has moved over to start pawing at the footprints again, and says, "What, like this big? Like this is big. Everything is big, but also everything is food. Is Cav food?"
Everything is not food.
There's
Cav?
a rock. Eat that food.
Well, if Cav killed me and you bring me his eyes, then Cav can be food.
Let's go.
I'm sold.
Yeah, so I think, the Night Brother village is that way, and she points in the direction the footprints seem to be going. There's a sort of like dirt road, just like a couple, like, if you walk for like an hour or so, you'll find the road. But then it is like a 2-day journey to the Night Brother village. You could cut through the forest, and that would get you there in like a day, but that's really dangerous. I don't know that would be safe for you guys, but I
we
do
can
have
face
the spell.
any danger for you, mistress.
Yeah, but the spell does need to be completed in 5 days, so 2 days there, 2 days back. It's cutting it pretty close. But that's up to you guys. This I don't know if this will work, but hopefully it does. This is actually taking me a lot of magical energy to sort of manifest in this way, so I'm gonna peace out now. Good luck, and she just dissipates in green mist.
Wait, hold on, wait, my water bowl is only 3/4 full? Mistress? Mistress?
No
Mistress,
reply as you call out.
Starve. Mistress, I'm gonna die. Oh no.
I can fill your water bowl when I make water.
I don't know water.
I don't think that's water either, but I'll bathe in it.
Oh,
So we're cutting through the forest, yeah?
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah!
Oh, no, that she said it was scarier to go that way, and I don't want to go that way.
Well, would you rather take more time and not get our mistress back?
I don't want to be food.
Don't worry, I won't be. I can fly.
If
But I
we
can't.
stick together, we can probably do this. I think I can do this, actually. I don't know about you guys.
I can do it. I am the best Gorg the mistress has ever had, and as best Gorg, as Master Gorg,
You're
the only Gorg.
which makes me the Master Gorg.
I'll follow you.
It's
Okay.
a ride.
All right, so you head off towards the road. All right, yeah. So you guys you follow the sort of faint footprint. Eventually, they do go away, but you're sort of headed in that direction. Let's see here. Hope, could you give me a we'll call it a sly check to find your to find the road without being seen by the other critters, because there is a little bit of sort of
Oh,
bramble before you get to the road. We're gonna say this isn't too hard, so we're gonna say this is a 7 that you need to roll.
Yes. It was a 9 plus 2, so an 11.
Amazing. Yeah, you lead your little crew to the dirt road, and you can see
That
it
way.
heading off in that direction. And
This looks like what mistress calls roads.
but so are you guys? Are you following the road, or are you going to the forest? Going through the forest.
I was under the impression we were going through the forest.
The forest.
Yeah, I thought.
Yeah.
forest
So
also.
you get to the road, and then you see past the road there is the forest that Ida was talking about. So the road like goes around it, and you can cut through it. So you're at the road now, and so you kind of have like one minute to collect your thoughts before you can go follow the road or go across the road and cut through the forest.
Are there any other landmarks, like a mountain? So if we're in the middle of the forest, like we have like a landmark that we can kind of aim towards.
Yeah. Actually, there is a very large mountain kind of off to the distance in the direction the road is going that you think you could probably see from the trees if you look up.
If we bounce Oinky high enough, he shall be able to see above the trees.
What? I don't bounce.
I thought Bayard could fly.
Oh.
Well, yeah, but
Is that what
bouncing
flying
Winky
is?
sounds funner.
No!
I don't like that at all.
Is that what flying is? I thought flying could only happen with brooms.
Oh.
I don't think we have time for a full Act 1 ending number followed by an intermission. I think we have to keep moving.
Thank you, Wen.
Yeah. All right.
I told you I'm constantly channeling Win, even when I'm not playing Win.
All right, so you guys cross the street and you get to the forest and you start to walk through, and it is very spooky. It is the beginning of the day, so there's not a lot. You don't hear a lot of other critters making noises. It's pretty quiet, and it is brighter out, but it is still a very spooky forest. Lots of brambly trees and sharp thorns and creeping vines, and every once in a while you sort of catch a little bit of movement in the corner of your eye as something skitters around. But yeah, you guys are walking through the forest. What do you guys do as you make your way through?
Can I scout to like make sure we're going in the right direction, point us in the vicinity, make sure we don't get eaten by some horrible Rancor-esque creature?
Yeah, why don't you tell me which skill you think Bernard is using here, and describe how they're attempting to do this. Or it is attempting to do this.
Probably sly.
Okay. Yeah, give me a sly check. And we're going to say this is kind of challenging, so we're going to say this is an 8. To sort of go up and sort of like triangulate. You said there's no thought behind those eyes, so you well, this will be a little bit of a challenge. So give me an 8.
So I'm not Batgirl. That's a 4.
Ooh, yeah, you. So you're like trying to fly up above the trees to sort of like see if you can see the mountain. Yeah, you like get up and you see this like really. What kind of Minoc? Do you think Bernard eats meat or fruit?
Oh, Bernard eats electricity and rocks.
Oh right, I suppose Minocs do that. So you're flying up and then you see this like just this very cool, very bright, shiny rock just kind of like on a branch, and you just kind of get distracted and go you see this rock, and that has captured your fascination for the moment.
This is why we should bounce Winky.
Yeah, the 4 of you see Bernard fly up, and they haven't come back in a little bit. Just a few minutes.
What if something happened to them? What if they're dead? What if they've been killed? Oh my gosh. Oinky's just going to constantly look around because he's paranoid and scared of everything, and just like watching everything as best as he can. And I figured that's like a clever role to just look around, make sure nothing attacks us while we're walking.
Yeah,
we have food?
Give me a clever roll. This will be another 8.
6.
Oof. Yeah, you and this is actually pretty dangerous, and I'll mention this for the listeners. When you try to do something dangerous and you fail, you take a point of danger, and then when you roll equal to or under your danger, you are in serious trouble. And you can lower your danger by succeeding on future checks. But so you have a point of danger if you want to keep track of that. So
Okay.
Now if you roll a 1, something very bad will happen. But yeah, so you're looking around and you can't seem to find, like, there is just so many different tracks of various other creatures. It's kind of hard to like keep it all straight, and there's like all these thorns and things. And then you do hear a sort of like low growl that you think you have alerted something to your presence, but it hasn't. Nothing's chasing you right now, but you think probably something. You have alerted something as you hear a sort of low growl in the background.
Oinky puffs up again into a big ball.
You puff up, and then you sort of then feel you like bounce off the ground a bit as it shakes, and you just hear a poof, poof, poof. As you're bouncing, you can kind of catch behind you a very small baby rancor sort of slowly chasing after you, not in a full run yet, but is sort of cautiously approaching you as you bounce away.
Do we all see this?
How far away from the group do you think Oinky went, Charles?
You mean Chris?
Or Chris. I'm sorry, Chris.
Oh, I
yes.
don't think Oinky's gonna stay he's gonna stay in the middle of the group as best as he can.
Okay, cool. So yeah, you all see this baby rancor start to chase the bouncing pig Oinky, and Bernard, you hear this thud, and it actually shakes the rock off the branch as you try to nom on it.
I'm just gonna dive. I'm gonna match velocity with this rock to try and catch it before it hits the ground.
Okay, give me a quick check. We'll say this is a 7. And this is not dangerous, so if you fail, you won't take a point of danger, but...
4 again. I'm not that girl. Reprise.
Yeah, you're not fast enough. The rock just thuds, hits the ground as you try to catch it, but you are flying sort of near the ground. The rock's on the ground. I mean, you can keep nomming on it if you want, or you can go see what the shaking was about.
Nah, I'm gonna finish eating this rock.
All right, so you continue to nom on the rock. The rest of you, what do you do as you now see Oinky is still kind of bouncing, and the baby rancor has started to pick up its pace a bit, chasing after it.
So Oinky is a big ball at this point,
Yeah.
right?
Yes, correct.
So Quincy sees this and sees the rancor, and if I'm recalling, puffer pigs can't really move when they're in big ball form.
Nope.
So Quincy would like to run around, place themselves between Oinky and the rancor, and with flat paws, no claws, bat Oinky like a giant ball.
Okay, do you think...
Send him away from the baby rancor.
Okay, this, I think, would either be a fierce or a quick check. I'll let you decide which you think it is.
I'm gonna give it the quick check, because that's one additional modifier.
All right, yeah, so the quick check, this is to see, if you can sort of be quick enough to bat Oinky away, and this will be an 8.
You guys are never gonna guess what I rolled.
A 10?
It's another 10.
Good lord.
Hooray! All right, yeah, you success...
So that's a 12 total.
Yeah, excellent. Describe what you do.
So Quincy runs around behind Oinky, declares not food, jumps up on his hind legs, and with both hands, full on bats the fuck out of this puffer pig, and sends him bouncing away down the path, away from the baby rancor, and then chases after, probably having entirely too much fun with this. Once again, this cat has one brain cell that they must share with all other Tuca cats. And it's not clear whether or not they currently possess that brain cell.
Excellent. Okay, you chase after the bouncing Oinky. Puck and...
This is a very serious game for serious people.
Yes, very serious. Very serious. Dark and terrifying. This is our horror game for sure. All right. Puck and Polion, what are you doing?
Well, I just watched my friends just go off the path, so, I would like to... How close is this baby rancor?
We'll say probably about 15, 20 feet-ish away from you.
Is there anything like around us that's that's like a... Come on, brain, think. That marks the path. Is there a cool log or a bog or a swamp or more cool rocks?
Sure. Yeah, give me we'll say a sly check to sort of sneak around and look for something.
All right.
And we'll say this is a 7.
Oh, cool. I rolled a 7 plus 2, so that's a 9.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you see a little sort of it would be like a mini swamp, like a very small sort of like swampy puddle, basically. But yeah, you sort of find what you're looking for. What are you hoping to do with this
Just,
swamp?
just kind of like set it to memory so I know where we are on the path, and then I'm gonna start hopping off after Quincy and Oinky, going, Quincy, come
Wonderful.
back with our pig. Quincy,
Excellent.
stop being a cat.
All right, Puck, what are you doing?
Well, Puck, at first, when this first started happening, probably would have been like, Oinky, what have you done? And then, seeing that Quincy is, like, pushing Oinky, I think Puck would try to help with that, but also being like, deflate right now, or so help me.
I can't stop.
Yeah, I think that's probably just about Oinky's. How well do you think Oinky is, or how good do you think they are at keeping regaining their composure and deflating?
Oh, I think they're completely freaking out right now. They just got pushed. They're flying through the air, bouncing, and they're just screaming "Ah!" the whole time.
All right. So you chase after Oinky. Bernard is nomming on a rock. The baby Rancor, I think, is sort of confused and now thinks you guys are all like trying to play, and is going to chase after all of you now, and sort of shift direction and just is now running after you. But you don't get the vibe that it's as aggressive as it was before. Does not appear to be trying to eat you at this moment. As it
I think it's
chases
trying
you
to eat us.
It's like is barreling towards you, and you're still four of you are missing a companion. You don't know where Bernard is.
Do you have the bird just eating rocks with all this in the background?
I will remind you, you do have a telepathic connection. The way you speak, it does not necessarily need to be heard within a range. So you can try to communicate with Bernard telepathically.
Bernard, where are you?
I stopped to get lunch.
Oh,
Lunch?
Lunch.
Food?
Food.
why do you all share one brain cell?
I could bring you some if you like.
Food!
So yes.
Okay. Do you guys go looking for Bernard? Bernard, do you stop eating? How do you guys get back together? Do you think?
I think around this time I've finished eating this small rock, so I'll pick up another rock with my tail, because Quincy sounds hungry, and I'll rejoin the group.
All right, you fly and you see this baby Rancor chasing after a bouncing Quincy and the rest of them running behind.
Oinky is the one bouncing, but yes.
Oinky,
Yeah.
The others are running very quickly behind the bouncing Oinky.
Yes.
This game has gone off the rails immediately.
Immediately, yeah. This is exactly what I expected.
I would like to try and use my first spell. My only spell.
Your only spell, yes. So Ida taught you all one spell, which I had you roll for.
And this is
sort of
is
help
this a
out around.
one-use spell?
No, you can use
Or
it
you can use
anytime.
it multiple times.
It is always using magic is always dangerous, though. So if you fail, you take in using your spell, you will take a point of danger, because magic is dangerous. So which spell did you roll?
I got Unseen Hand, which I'm assuming is a grabby spell.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try and grab Oinky, just to stop him and from like going further away in the path.
Wonderful. All right. And what skill do you think Polion is using here? What sort of thing is motivating this? Do you think? What do you think?
As much as I hate as my lowest one, probably fierce, like trying to like grab and drag Winky back.
Yeah, for sure.
So I will not have a modifier at all.
Okay, so give me a fierce check, and you're behind them. You're using your magic to try to
use
grab.
my tongue.
Yeah. So this, we'll say that you're using your magical unseen hand, which I think you can see. You all can see a sort of like green misty hand. It's sort of visible to you, but anyone who is not magical or is not connected to Ida's magic could not see it. But you see the sort of like ghostly hand reach out. So yeah, give me a fierce check. We're gonna say this is an 8 though, because they are sort of bouncing and magic is dangerous, and this will be pretty difficult.
Oh, that's a 2.
Oof, yeah, you take a point of danger as you sort of try to remember the spell, and you're able to like get it out a little bit, but the hand kind of like catches on a nearby like bush, and it actually kind of like yanks you, it like halts you, like if you were like holding out like a pole or something and it like snagged. And so you kind of like trip and roll a bit as you're chasing after them.
So when I try to shoot out my spell with my tongue, it's like a blah. I end up also stepping on my own tongue, and I just kind of go like. Blah, 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 blah.
This is rolling gorg, just with tongue just going around.
And I kind of look like a Greninja with my tongue around my neck like a scarf. So.
Perfect.
That's for our listeners who play Pokemon Go on our Discord. Hey, you should also check out our Discord channel.
All right. What are the rest of you trying to do as you're still being chased by this Rancor, and Oiki is bouncing
far away? Well, Oinky's gonna try to stop himself from rolling somehow. He's gonna like his little limbs are gonna try to like grab onto the ground a little bit, but it's probably very difficult for him to do that.
Yeah. Okay. So do you think you're trying to be more fast or more fierce?
Probably fierce, because he's like like in a state of desperation and just trying to like grab at anything with his little tiny footsies.
Yeah, we're gonna say this is this will be pretty difficult to grab onto it. So we're gonna say this is a 9, and if you fail, you will take another point of danger.
10.
Amazing.
Actually, 12.
Wonderful. So you can actually get rid of your your previous point of danger. You lower that by succeeding. As you are able to sort of grab onto like this like gnarly sort of vine or root that is sort of coming out of the ground and then back into it. You sort of like grab onto it and are able to stop yourself.
And can I use my spell now too?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so like Oinky's been like spinning, he's very dizzy, he's feeling very nauseated, and all of a sudden he just throws up. But instead of it being like something gross like vomit, it's all this food just like popping out of his mouth.
Okay, for our listeners, that's the spell Conjure Dinner, I assume.
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay, yeah, so you just magically vomit out food as you successfully grab on to this root. And I think the Rancor sees this, and again, they were sort of chasing you for food before, but then it turned more playful, and now they're just kind of like scared. And so they are like, they've never seen something produce food just from the inside of them. This is like completely reverse to how nature is supposed to work. And so I think the Rancor like freaks out, goes, and just runs away.
Yes, run! Ha! Ha! We did it.
Quincy is going to stop and begin eating some of the food. He is a cat. This is we don't need to get into why I know that cats will do this, but this is a cat thing.
Yeah, for sure.
He begins to eat the food that has recently been vomited up on to the floor, and takes a few bites, and then looks around and we should keep going. Yes, more food, more food at the Night Brother Village, but not the eyes. The eyes are not food.
Oinky, your battle tactics were great. Our mistress would be proud.
What's a battle?
We shall call you Oinky the Brave. And the vomit.
But I'm not brave. I'm really scared right now. Everything's really scary.
And technically, this wouldn't have happened if Winky hadn't alerted that Rancor to our presence. But yeah, let's keep going. Stop eating that. Puck looks at Quincy.
Quincy looks up with half of a chicken bone hanging out of his tuka mouth.
Polian shits out his tongue to like snatch the chicken bone and like rip it back into his mouth and just starts chomping with his little sharp teeth, just like chop 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 chop.
Quincy, I brought you food, and just a rock just lands right from Quincy's face.
The food explodes from the rock.
Quincy kind of leans down and with their teeth tries very hard to nibble at the rock, but does not succeed.
My fellow familiars, the swamp back there was by the path. We shall return to swamp.
Oinky deflates and is like, okay. And he eats a carrot that he had previously vomited out of his mouth.
Is there a trail from Oinky, like broken branches and stuff? Can we see a trail?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you definitely see some sort of like lingering carnage of the little chase we've got going on here.
You killed all the flowers.
Which, to be fair, flowers on Dathomir do look horrifying. So, you know, not necessarily the worst thing to not have to look at them anymore. As you guys, you remember where the swamp is, the little sort of miniature swamp, little swampy puddle here, and then you're able to make your way back to the path as you continue on your way through the forest.
The path of the open hand?
I'm glad that you make us to have to
you.
decide which way to go.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
Mother!
All right, so yeah, you guys make your way through the forest. It takes a long time, but you are sort of like wandering through. It's very, again, gnarly. You start to hear more creatures start to like wake up as you move on through the day. Some sort of like chitters and very spooky sort of yelps and yowls and but you aren't found out by any of them. But is there anything you guys do or say as you are journeying through the dark forest?
Not me. I mean, Winky is just on a constant state of ready, just very worried about everything. Anytime there's like a weird noise anywhere, he's like, "Oh, what's that?"
Quincy will occasionally become distracted chasing a bird, never catches any of the birds, and always returns, somehow seems to know where the group is, and returns very shortly after. Does not manage. Unsure what would happen if he did manage to catch one of these birds. Fortunately, he does not. He is very bad at being a hunter.
Wonderful. All right.
Bernard is just flying above this march of the witch hunters. Those we're not witch hunters, we're witch hunters.
All right, Ed, Puck, and Polion.
Polion is taunting the creatures that are not coming for them, just like, yes! You know to stay away from us. You know we are great. You know that we are on a mission to save our mistress, and we shall take down the plane of the Night Brother and get the ice.
Every time Polion says ice, Puck has to correct and be like, eyes, like what you look,
Aye, we will
what
find
you
the
see.
ice. Aye, we will.
And then they, are trying their best also to reassure Oinky that everything is okay, and just being like, just ignore whatever sounds, ignore whatever the heck Quincy's also doing back there.
Yes, they will stay away from us, Oinky. You see that? You hear that over there, whatever you are? You're too scared to come this way. Ah!
Stop making noise. You might actually make them come towards us.
We shall fight them.
What
I'll
was
fight
that?
them with my big teeth.
All right, so you're a very distractible group of little critters. So I'm gonna ask for a group quick check to see. I will say you do get through the forest, but this is just to see how long it takes you. So everyone roll quick, and we'll add the total together. And we're gonna say this is gonna be a total of 40 for all of you together.
Quincy gets a 9.
I got an 11.
All right.
I got a 10.
I too got an 11.
Wow.
So, 2 things. One, Hope, these dice you gave me, definitely cursed.
I'm so scared of that. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
Are they one-in themed dice? Because that would
Yes.
explain
They
it.
are one of the dice.
Secondly, I rolled a 1, and I have 1 on my danger. What happens?
All right. Well, it was a group check, so I'll say it's not as bad as it could have been.
Okay, cool.
But I
cool.
do think because you rolled a 1, you do take another point of danger, and you do like get a like you're flying and you get caught by like a thorn, and it like it just tears a like tiny little hole, and it just makes flying a little bit more difficult. But it's nothing too gruesome, but you are in a little bit of pain. So yeah, you guys make your way out of the forest, and it's like early evening time, not quite sunset just yet, and you can see a little village. There's like, you kind of come out of the forest and you're at like the sort of like edge of a hill, and you can see the big mountain is much closer. And there is at the base of the hill, and then kind of going up close to the mountain, but still there is some distance between the mountain and the village. But you see this little village in this valley in between the forest and the mountain.
Polion kind of sniffs the air, just like, it smells like night and body spray. That must be it.
No.
I need to revise some thoughts.
I'll just drink my coffee and eat my Cheez-Its.
All right, yeah. So, what do you guys do as you behold this village at the top of this hill? Again, it'll probably take you, I don't know, max an hour to get to the village.
What do we know about the Night Brothers? Like, what has Ida told us as, pets?
Give me a clever check. We'll say this is.
Do you retain said information?
Does everybody roll it?
Well, just you for now, and then if anyone else wants to remember, like, see if they can remember something else, we'll do those things separately. But we'll say this is 7.
I was a 4.
Yeah, you just kind of like remember some like, a couple nights where Ida like got drunk and kind of like bitched about people she grew up with, but like not really anything sort of like specific culturally. You don't really remember any names. You just remember her just kind of like, messily just kind of complaining about people. She didn't seem to like them very much.
Remember, night brothers are dangerous because they don't spend enough time during mating.
Oh my god.
Friendly reminder, this is still an E for explicit podcast.
Yeah, I suppose we didn't say that up top of this episode, but yeah,
I'm
this
proud
is
to
for
be the
explicit.
only one who's been beeped out of an episode so far.
Hey, and that is the only time the E for explicit has been actually used to reference something explicit.
Lord. Oh,
Wait,
God.
did you say any of us could also roll to see?
Yeah. If you want to try to remember something about Night Brothers, you can give me a clever check. It's just
Okay.
a 7.
I got a 7 because I got a 5 plus 2. So
Yeah,
7.
so you remember when Ida told you about Cav, you remember her kind of like talking about this guy who like wanted to be a witch hunter, but Ida wasn't really sure what witch hunters actually did because she was like really confused as like how that would be like a viable career option in Dathomir, which is run by witches. So not really sure how that would work. But you remember Ida telling you he's this like really big guy, he's like really fierce, and that he tended to hang out in this sort of like local. It's kind of a bar, but they don't really have sort of the infrastructure to support a bar, really, or any sort of like local business. They kind of just like go out and hunt and but there's like a house that she mentioned that he would hang out at that had like a like just a string of bottles hanging over the door to just mark it. This is the place where people hang out to drink. You remember she mentioning that that's where he would hang out.
I think I remember Ida saying that he hangs out at what the people call a bar, but I don't know what that is.
Oh, that's the place that people eat bottles. Bottles are delicious.
I don't think that's right, but okay.
Bottles are delicious. Why wouldn't people eat them?
There's food there? There's food there. We should go to that location.
I don't know, everybody. It looks really, really scary. I think I'll just be right here, okay?
It's dark out. Do you really want to just sit out here by
By the
No,
woods.
I'll go with you.
Yeah,
with you.
that's what I thought.
Yeah, it is. It's not quite dark yet, but you do think it will be dark by the time you get to the village. So you guys approach. Are you trying to be stealthy? Are you just trying to get there really fast? What? How are you guys approaching this
I
little
mean,
village?
Polio's just jumping on in there, and he doesn't
Puck
care.
would like to try to be stealthy.
Okay.
I'm just trying to keep up with everybody and stay in the middle.
All right. And what
Quincy's
is
sort of
Quincy doing?
ambling along, not making a huge amount of noise, but also like general cat movements.
Is it crowded on the streets?
No, it doesn't seem very crowded. You can hear some like as you get closer, you kind of hear some like grumbling and words you don't really understand spoken language very much. Ida typically talks with you telepathically. She very rarely actually speaks unless she's doing a spell. But yeah, you just kind of hear words. Yeah, Colton, what's up?
As we enter this this town, I would like to cast my spell.
Okay, and what spell did you get?
Speak Basic.
Oh my god! Oh, I'm so happy someone did. Oh, that I was really hoping that would happen. Yes, wonderful. Okay. What are you attempting to do? Who do you go to speak to?
Well,
Uh,
right now it's just to like listen in, hear what.
oh, you're
everyone's
casting
saying.
so you can understand.
Yeah.
Okay.
When we get to the bar, then I'm gonna, begin
Yeah.
to engage.
I know you're like a bat, but why am I like picturing like when like those parrots are like speaking? You know what I mean?
Okay, so give me we're gonna call this a clever check. And this we'll say, because you're just trying to understand, you're not trying to like communicate, but you also don't really know Dathomirian. Like, you'll understand it, but like this is still new information. So we're gonna say this is kind of challenging. So we're gonna say this is an 8. And using magic is dangerous, so if you fail, you will take another point of danger.
Okay. You failed me 3 times now. I believe 4th time's a charm. What did you say the GC was?
8.
Yes!
Yay!
Yeah.
And I have a 0
Amazing.
clever, so 8.
The rest of you see as Bernard is sort of flying by you guys. You see sort of like green mist sort of spill out of its ear holes, just kind of vaguely sort of like spilling out as it casts this spell. And yeah, you pick up some like grumbling words about I think you pick up something about like, "Oi, did you hear about Cav's latest hunt? Yeah, I heard it went pretty well." And you hear "Oi, where do you think he is, do you think?" "Oh, he's probably at the bar drinking. Usually likes to get pretty wasted when he does a successful hunt. Yeah. Let's go meet up with him." And you sort of hear the voices trail off as they move farther away from you.
I'm gonna try something stupid.
And that's the tagline for
Yeah.
Light Nice.
Yeah.
Ain't that just the way?
Because, Bernard's not smart. So Bernard is gonna say, trying to do an approximation of one of their accents.
Okay.
Oh my god.
No, we should go to the temple and pray.
What?
Okay. All right. You're gonna need to give me another. You're gonna need to give me another clever check. And I'm gonna say this is near impossible to do what you're trying to do. So this is gonna be a DC 10.
Wow.
And again, if you do fail, you are using magic to do this. So if you fail, this will go pretty poorly for you.
Okay. You're doing better. I believe in you. That's a 1. 0 for clever for a 1.
And you have
You're
2
going
points
in
of danger,
jail.
right?
I have 2 points of danger. Putting this in dice jail. Going away for a long time.
Oh god.
Mister.
Okay. So I think this is what happens. It is you hear Bernard speak words aloud. None of the rest of you know what it said. You don't really understand spoken language. But you hear it speak words, and then you hear a bunch of other voices go, "Huh?" And and they turn, and then you sort of hear footsteps running, and then you hear a as a crossbow bolt goes through one of your wings, Bernard, and you plummet to the ground. You're not dead, but you are bleeding, and you fall to the ground. As these Night Brothers heard a voice they didn't recognize, and then chased after it and saw a talking Minoc, and they don't like what they don't understand, so they shoot you out of the sky.
Bernard, did it work?
You're right there. You saw it drop to the sky. Drop.
Yeah, Puck.
Oinky's very upset by what he just saw, and he's really concerned about his friend getting shot, so he runs up to him and does the one thing that makes Oinky feel better. He throws up food all over him.
Onto Bernard.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. That is a spell, and so this will just be a real basic one. But I mean, if you fail, it's dangerous. But I'll say this is a 6. We'll say
I would like to.
I got a 10.
Okay, yeah.
Guys, I would also like to add to this, where I use Unseen Hand to take the food that Oinky just vomited to throw it at the Night Brothers as a distraction, so we can hide or run.
Okay.
I have something I would like to do as well.
Oh no!
All right. Okay.
We
Well,
also
first,
panic.
all right. Hope, which skill do you like? Do you think Poliod is trying to be like more? Is the goal to like? Are you trying to attack with food, or are you trying to more like do it fast and then run away? Like what skill do you think?
Probably
Polion
more
is using?
distract, because in my little Gorgie brain, I'm just like, oh, food's a great distraction. It gets Quincy all the time. So surely these big animals would also be distracted with food. So I think maybe I'm trying to distract then hide.
Distract and then hide.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's do a clever check, and then we'll do the clever check, and that will be dangerous because you're using your spell. That's magic.
Okay.
And then if you succeed on that, then we'll do your slide check to hide. And while you're rolling, Charles, what did you want to do?
So I would actually like to use my spell.
All right. And what spell did you get?
I have distract/confuse.
Perfect. Okay.
And so I would like to augment that onto what Paleon is doing.
Wonderful. Okay. And what are you doing? Like, what is the goal? How are you augmenting this distraction?
Whatever Paleon is doing to distract it, I am trying to basically make the Night Brothers more inclined to fall for it.
I just had like a Kingdom Hearts moment of just like, together! So,
In fact, I am trying to do it in such a way that they suddenly really want this food that's being thrown at them.
What
Okay.
kind of food did Oinky vomit?
He primarily likes vegetables, so it's a lot of like corn and
They are suddenly
carrots.
vegetarian.
Yeah.
Cool. I rolled a 10, so,
All right. So you do absolutely successfully move the food in their direction. Your magical sort of green misty hand grabs it and throws it at them. And then before we do your slide check, Charles, let's do all right, distract, confuse. We're gonna say this is a clever check because you're like
Okay.
interacting with them and trying to make them understand a thing in a certain way. So
If
We're gonna
this
say that
succeeds, I don't want to do a slide.
this is a clever check. Night Brothers primarily eat meat, so it's gonna be a bit difficult. So we'll say I'll meet you in the middle and say it's an 8 to do this
Okay.
successfully, but it is dangerous.
I am aiming for their faces.
You guys are never gonna guess what I rolled.
A 10?
You roll another 10?
I rolled another fucking
Oh,
10.
What? All right, are you using a weighted die? Like this
I
is
am
insane.
not!
Can I get some of that, please?
I have got
Yeah, there's a balance
other
here.
numbers
Yeah, the luck had to go
besides 10.
somewhere.
But
The
there
luck
is
went to
definitely
Charles, not
something.
Colton.
All right, Quincy, I'm going to pitch you an idea because you're using distracted, confused, right?
Yes.
Does that include also illusions, Robin?
Yeah. So that was what I was understanding Charles to say. It was like you're like trying to make the food seem more appealing.
Correct.
Do you want to make it look big?
I can roll with that. This is
So-
a thing Quincy would think in his cat brain.
If you make it big, I'll throw it at them. Deal?
Okay, let's do it that way.
Okay.
So, Paleon is throwing the food, as we know, pulled off successfully. Quincy is making them think the food is very big and appealing, and also coming directly at them.
So I'm lobbing it like a bad person at the Shakespearean Tavern, throwing things on stage at them. Just blah.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Eat
So in
food.
this amazing sort of triple spell of Oiki conjuring food and Quincy making it bigger and more attractive, I also think it like sort of goes into their perception a bit and looks slightly. They look like meaty vegetables, like vegetables made of meat, as they are enlarged and made sort of gnarly and meaty and very attractive to a Night Brother, but probably very disgusting looking. Polion, with your unseen hand, you pick it up and throw it at them. And they're all running, looking very angry. And you just see the food just kind of like, it hits some of them in the face. Most of it falls to the ground just in front of them. They're like, well, shit, I haven't eaten anything today. This looks delicious. Like, oh, you know what? You're right. We should grab some of this, I think. And they just all sort of, like a flock of vultures, just completely just swarm this pile of food and are just kind of inhaling it. And your Minoc friend is bleeding on the ground.
I would
I'm
like
assuming
to.
I can wiggle out under the food because the food was created on top of me.
Yeah. Yeah, as Polion picks it up, you're able to sort of like scooch out. It is very painful to do so, but yeah, you can successfully sort of like wiggle out.
Can
as
I
you have a
like
gaping
attach
hole
my
in your
tongue
wing.
to Bernard and start dragging it? It's like bleh.
Sure. Give me a fierce check. We're gonna say this is a 7.
Oh, I fell off the table. Let's do another one. That one too fell off the table. I need more table space. That is a 7 exactly. Where did the other two go?
Yeah.
So-
So yeah, you're able to shoot out your tongue, and it sticks to Bernard, and you're able to drag it whichever way you want.
I'm gonna just drag it back to the group just so we can, make sure that Bernard's safe back with us, and if we need to put it on top of like one of the bigger animals so it can ride, just to safety.
Wonderful. Okay, yeah.
that's-
You're all together, and there is like 15 feet away from you. There is a just pack of Night Brothers viciously devouring magically conjured food.
Wonderful.
Yes, eat it. Eat our spell and be hungry later.
We need
Actually,
to
the
get out
whole-
of here.
The whole thing would be like, I think I'm so attached to Bernard to be like, yes, eat our spell and be hungry
Oh.
later.
Oinky is very concerned about this and wants to run away from them, so he runs into the nearby establishment.
Yeah. You run into a nearby house, and it does indeed have just a string of bottles above the door. and you run inside. What do the rest of you do as Oinky sort of darts
Quincy will
off?
Puck
follow.
will, we'll chase after Oinky.
Okay, so the two of you like quickly chase after as Polion is just dragging Bernard backwards,
backing up.
just following you with his tongue out and attached to Bernard. But yeah, you come inside and you don't see like a bartender. Like it's just like a bunch of tables and like a cabinet on the back wall just full of bottles of stuff. They don't like not nice bottles at all, very grimy, gross looking, but just like various bottles that are various levels of full. And you see a bunch of empty tables and one very large man sitting drinking in the corner. As you guys walk in, this very large horned man drinking at a table in the corner.
Those bottles look cold. Is that the ice?
No!
Is he
No!
the only individual in this room?
Yeah, he is. No one else.
Eyes! I told you eyes! Stop!
Are you attempting to speak? Are you trying to speak basic again?
Colton!
Oh my god.
All right. Give me a clever check. And we'll set you're just asking his name, so I don't think this is too hard. So we're gonna say it's a 7, but it is magical, so it is dangerous. So if
That's
you
a 10.
amazing,
Hey!
you are able to get the words out and be heard, and you see Cav sort of looks up, and sets his bottle down, and looks at you and is like, yeah, I am. You're a Minoc, right?
So I
As
would like to cast magic again.
Okay.
To generally distract and/or confuse Cav.
Okay. Yeah, you can do this, and I'm gonna say this is actually pretty basic. We're gonna say this is a 7. It is dangerous because you're using magic, but he's already confused, so I'm gonna say this is a bit easier. So this will be a 7.
Okay. And what modifier do I use for it?
Clever.
That's a 2.
Oh, there it is.
No. All right, so you take a point of danger. You didn't have any before, right?
Correct.
All right, cool. Yeah, you take a point of danger. You like try to cast a spell, but I think just kind of in the confusion of the moment, you kind of like forget the exact way the spell works, and it just kind of ends up doing nothing. Real, it just kind of like you see like green mist kind of like start to form around you, and then just like fizzle out.
Bernard, is that Cav?
yes.
Okay, so I would like to cast a spell. I would-
Okay. And which spell
I
did
would-
you get?
I got Conjure Light, so I would like to do that to like create like some flash.
Are you trying to like blind him?
Yeah, temporarily blind him so he'll be more confused so that we could maybe knock him out.
Okay.
As
all right.
soon as Bernard is just like, yeah, that's Cav.
I'm just imagining the poor bartender like, what is happening?
It's just Cav, right?
Well, there is
Isn't
no
it?
bartender. Only
Yeah,
Cav
yeah.
is
It's
in
not. This
bar.
isn't actually
Yeah.
a bar. This is just the place where people drink.
Yeah. Okay. So
And yeah, we'll say this is. Do you think you're doing like? Do you think you're doing this in more of a fierce way or more of a sly way?
I will say fierce because my plan is to knock him out and then.
All right. Yeah. It's gonna be pretty difficult. So it's gonna be a 9. But yeah, you're conjuring your spell to attempt to blind this guy as he's confused by the talking Minoc.
Okay. Don't fail me now. Hard on the cards. Although this is a dice. So I got a 10, so a 12.
Hey!
Hey,
Whoa.
You did it, Yugi!
Yeah, so
Knock him out.
describe to me what happens.
Okay, so as soon as Puck hears confirmation, Puck immediately just creates a big flash of light and then pounces
Yeah.
to like knock like straight to the head, like you're going down.
Wonderful. Okay, so you see your Volptex friend sort of like shimmer and glow. Their crystals sort of like turn green, and I think actually it probably the light just like comes from you, and it is made even brighter by your crystalline body. And is this big flash of green light, and you see Cav kind of like cover his eyes like, ah! And yeah, you are able to jump onto his face. And I'll say, give me another fierce check to if you're trying to claw out his eyes.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Edith,
yeah.
she said get his eyes. So
This is gonna
we're
be
going for
an
the
8.
eyes.
This is gonna be an 8.
Oh,
and I
God.
mean, this is still pretty. You're going directly onto the person you are, who killed your witch. So, this will be difficult, but it's more challenging. So it's gonna be an 8.
Can we all attack? Like, assist an attack?
Yeah. Well, you can all like individually do an attack. So
I would also like to individually attack.
I
Yeah.
got a 7 plus 2, so that is a 9.
A 9. Okay. Yeah, you're like scratching at his eyes, and why don't you also give me a sly check to sort of like get your claws like so you can remove the eyes effectively and not, completely mutilate them, and you're actually
They have to
removing
be
the
in
eyes.
one piece.
But because you've been doing so well, that's gonna lower the DC. So we're gonna say this is a 7. You succeeded on your like ability to like scratch at him. But
Okay.
the 7 is just gonna be if you can sort of get the eyes out intact.
Come on, let's go 3 for 3. If I fail this now, I'm gonna be so sad. Oh, I got a 12 again!
Yay!
Yes!
All right, now before we describe what happens there, what is happening simultaneously? The rest of you, what are you doing as this bright green light has come from Puck, and he is now on Cav's face, scratching. What are the rest of you doing?
Polion wants vengeance for his fallen mistress, so he will bite the ankles!
All right. Give me a fierce check.
With my big teeth.
This will be a 7.
That's okay, I rolled a 2! I'm gonna bite the armchair then, like the leg of a chair instead.
You do take a point of danger as you're attacking this
Dang
guy, and you go to bite his ankle, and you kind of get at the leg of the table, but he in pain sort of kicks out his leg and sort of launches you across the room. You're not dead, but you're on the other side of the room in a lot of pain. As
this
he
must be
sort
the
of
plane. I'm
reflect-
flying.
Oinky ran in here for some safety, and there is none to be found. So he's gonna try to run out, but seeing that there's still people outside eating, he just freaks out and once again puffs up in the doorway, blocking it.
Yay!
Amazing.
So, seeing that Puck is going for the face, and Polion is going for the ankles, Quincy is going to leap for one of the only spots that is left available on Cav. Claws out, attempting to go for the space between this man's legs.
Yes, take out his danger for not taking enough time.
Oh my gosh.
All right, yeah, give me a fierce check. This is gonna be an 8. Meter beat an 8, and this again is dangerous.
Just missed it. It's a 6.
Okay, yeah. You take a point of danger as you attempt to claw at this man's groin, and
He wasn't using it anyway.
yeah, you like jump at him, and you just kind of like you don't time it right, and you kind of like you're on the table. You jump too high, and you're on the table in front of him, and not between his legs. But you don't get attacked or anything, because you're on the table, but there is a lot kind of going on. All right, and then Bernard, what are you doing?
Bernard is chewing on a power cable. I'm assuming there's no like OSHA codes in this bar, so there's just sort of like, power cable.
Oh yeah, there's definitely like a hanging sort of like flickering. This is a very dingy, rundown place. There definitely is like a hanging like flickering cable, just off to the side from the ceiling.
I'm just giving this cable the good suck.
Yeah, you're having a great time. This is a great day for Bernard. You've gotten some like cool rock snacks. Yeah, you got a hole in your wing, but I mean, hey, it's brought you here to some nice juicy power. There's actually not a lot of electricity in Edith's Cave, so like you don't get to snack on power very much. So
yeah, I'm just dancing through life.
Yeah. Okay, so all of that happens, or is happening at once. Oinky is inflated and is blocking the door. Quincy is on the table. Polion is on the side of the room, other side of the room, in pain, having been kicked. Bernard is chewing on a cable, and Puck manages to get your little claws into this man's eye socket. Scoop him out, and it's real gnarly. It doesn't feel good, and it doesn't look good. There's a lot of blood.
We probably should put a little graphic warning at the beginning of this episode, Chris. Just FYI.
Yeah.
There's it's real bloody.
This is a horror comedy game.
Yeah, horror
they should
comedy.
just pop out like Disney. They like
Yeah.
Rather like you've managed to use a Lego brick separator to really get one of those good ones off.
My
Yeah,
God.
exactly like that. And it just kind of comes out just in that satisfying. It's like, it is very satisfying, but it kind of disturbs you how satisfying it is to just remove.
Oh my.
And he like screams out. He's like, "Ah!" And dies as he just, the pain is you severed 2 of his optic nerves at once.
Robin!
You could say
We got the point. He's dead.
you could say, Robin, that we have completed then our path of vengeance.
Yes.
Shut up.
Yes,
Shut
you could
up.
say
In
that.
one short day.
We have completed.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, all right. So the man is dead, and you have the eyes.
I don't have
we
hands.
should flee. We should flee.
We should put them in one of the bottles, though. The cold bottles, because the eyes go in the ice.
Okay.
Yeah, so Quincy's going to, I guess, are there bottles on the floor? Then?
Yeah, there's some empty bottles kind of scattered around. And you have
Quincy
the
is
one on the
going to-
table right in front of you.
Okay, so Quincy snatches up the empty bottle on the table in front of him, and holding it in his very large tuka mouth, and kind of offers like the end of it towards them as if to say, please put the eyeballs in this. Someone who has the capacity to lift things. I don't have opposable thumbs.
Yeah, I don't either. I only have paws.
I guess I have a tongue. I have unsteady hand. I can try to do it with my spell.
Yeah, I will also say Bernard is like has the ability
Bernard
to sort of
does have
Oh,
opposable
you have
thumbs.
claws!
Bernard, stop chewing on that cord. Help us.
I don't actually. I just have 2 wings and a tail. I don't.
Oh,
even
do they
have
not? Do
legs.
Minox not have legs?
Let me
No.
Google
Wait.
Minox really quick.
Can you put
As-
it like between your wings?
Can you use your tail?
Colton is correct. Minox do not have little hands. They just have wings and a tail.
What if we put the ice sideways and it uses its tail to roll the eyes in the bottle?
Yeah.
Quincy places the bottle on the ground and then kind of sits on top of it to hold it in place. Sort of in a loaf cat position, with the paws little under them. They are. He is attempting to hold the bottle down so that the eyeballs can be placed inside it.
Okay, yeah. All right. Whoever is trying to put the eyes in the bottle, just give me a sly check. We'll call this a 7.
Nose goes.
Oinky, I guess that's you.
I don't.
You think it's scripted?
I don't count. I don't count because I'm sitting on the bottle.
9.
All right, yeah, so your friends kind of like call you over to like deflate from the door.
Like, oh, everything's fine now. That's great.
As you successfully kind of like scoot with your little trunk the eyeballs into the bottle.
Aw.
Yeah, you're able to successfully get them in there. What do you guys do now?
We must flee!
Yeah, we
so
probably
Quincy is-
shouldn't be here.
Quincy is going to then pick the bottle up in their, again, large Tuca mouth and begin making their way towards the exit.
2 of us are injured, so, if it's okay with either Puck or Oinky, I'm going to, like, kind of hop on one of your backs.
Yeah, I'm big enough that you can ride me.
Please never say that to me.
Yeah.
So Polian hops kind of painfully on Oinky's back, just like, ow.
All right, awesome. And
Bernard, are you defying gravity?
Yes.
I do think after your hearty energy lunch, you are feeling a lot better. The wound is starting to heal up a bit.
Fantastic.
So you are able to. You're not able to fly.
You could say it's wonderful.
Oh my god.
You know, if we keep going, we're all going to be so popular.
I can't.
What is this feeling?
It's so sudden and new.
You are all wicked. So you are able to sort of like hover just a bit above the ground. You're not able to sort of like get as high as you normally would for your normal sort of like traveling, flying, but you are able to manage to get off the ground and move. All right. So why don't we just have another group quick check to get out of here quickly, and we're gonna call this a total. We're just gonna say it's a total of 40 again.
Wow, 10.
7.
Right. Okay.
9.
I got a 5.
So I'm trying to find my stat. 7.
That's
I
I think that's
forgot to
exactly
add my
40.
stat. 11.
Oh, all right. Yeah, you guys book it out of there. You're able to sort of like quickly sort of scrubble out. You kind of hear the the Night Brothers behind you be like, "Oh, I'm stuffed, but that was delicious." Oh yeah, it feels kind of weird though, doesn't it? Hey, man, I think I feel lightheaded. This tastes like witch magic, don't it? Shit. And you guys are gone before that situation resolves.
I would like to use Unseen Hand to flick them off as we leave.
With an unseen hand, you're gonna
Yeah.
flip them off with a hand they can't see.
I can see it in my green mist magic. And
Sure.
you know what?
Just
I failed
base-
it anyway. It doesn't matter.
Okay, well you're casting a spell, so take a point of danger. What did you
Worth
roll?
it.
What did you roll? Did you have a point?
It was a 4.
All right, you definitely didn't have that many points of danger, so you're not you're fine. But yeah, you
I am getting up there. It's fine.
you aren't able to get the spell. I think it's just a hand. It's not. You're able to get the hand out, but it doesn't flip them off. So just
In my
a
mind,
green
it
hand
does.
that you see, but none of the Night Brothers can as you run off.
Did it?
Nice.
An
nice.
unseen wave.
And do you guys go back? Are you attempting to go back through the forest, or are you gonna try to find the road?
How many
and go?
days do we have? Because we had 5 days. We took the forest path originally. How many days do we have left to get back?
Yeah, so it is the middle of the night now. So you've spent like pretty much one full day traveling.
I think we should take the safe path back.
I agree. Oh yeah, I don't want to go through that scary forest anymore.
Yeah, okay.
Works for me.
I shall ride, Oinky. Let's go.
And do you guys ride through the night, or like do you go travel through the night, or do you attempt to rest first?
Do we get to heal if we rest?
I'll say you do. There's not
I would-
technically any like hit points or anything in the system, but I'll say you'll heal up if you rest.
Let's rest then.
I would vote for that because 2 of us are injured.
Agreed.
All right, yeah. So you guys are able to sort of like find a little like kind of little outcropping or a little gathering of like bushes and things that you're able to kind of like hide in. It's very near. It's near the road, but it's not on the road. But you find this little sort of like little grove of it's very gnarly, very spooky looking plants, and nothing in Dathomir looks pleasant. But you are able to sort of hide in the bushes as you
Polian
sleep.
scares Oinky so he'll vomit us up some food.
I will do that. Apparently, I rolled a 9.
All right, yeah, you conjure dinner, and yeah, you're all able to enjoy a nice meal together. You have a little
Quincy spends about 5% of his time eating and about 90% of his time sleeping, and about another 5% of his time screaming at the wall for no apparent reason.
Yeah, I think you find like a particularly like gnarly like branch in this like a collection of bushes you're like hanging out in that you're just like screaming
Just screaming at,
Yeah.
just meowing at for no reason,
Yeah.
no discernible reason. There's nothing on this branch. There's absolutely no reason for you to be screaming at this branch at 3 o'clock in the goddamn morning. There's nothing there. Why are you screaming at the wall, cat? I'm trying to sleep. Sorry, that just got away from me.
Yeah.
I think this is some stuff for your therapist.
I'm working out some feelings about my actual real cat, who is not in the room with me, but I'm sure he will come screaming at me later for no fucking reason.
Yeah, and Quincy, why don't you give me a sly check to, as you are screaming, to not be found by any of the very spooky beasts that roam the forest. We're gonna say this is an 8.
You guys are never gonna believe what I rolled.
God damn it.
I blame
it's
you,
a 13.
Charles.
It's a 13, so Quincy's very good at screaming
Yeah,
at
yeah.
this branch.
You're not able to make it so you're unheard, but it blends in with all the other sort of chorus of horrible noises. So
Oh my
no
God.
creatures are able to sort of
You
like
guys are
discern
never
you.
gonna
Can I also try to keep a watch for any creatures. might try to find us.
You can give me a sly check. We'll say this is also an 8.
Dang, I got a 7.
Yeah, I think you hear a bunch of creatures, and I think there's probably a couple moments where you think one is getting close to you, but you aren't attacked, but you aren't able to make out any sort of discernible immediate danger. You can't sort of place
I feel
an
like in
immediate
those
threat.
moments where Puck thinks something is coming closer, they start jingling. Because, Voltexes make that little,
Yeah.
crystal, jingling sound
Yeah.
when they think danger's nearby.
Yeah, there's finally there's one. In fact, give me a slide check as well, because that's a very pleasant sort of tingling sound. Nice
Amongst
sounds
all
don't
the
happen on
horror.
Dathomir, so that's gonna sound very out of place. So just give me a slide check.
Amongst all the horror, you hear fucking jingle bells.
Yeah. So we'll say this is also an 8 to sort of not be detected by your little jingling.
Well, that was exactly an 8. So
Hey, look at that. Did you have a point of danger at all?
no.
All right. Well, if you did, we would have gotten rid of it for that. But yeah, you.
Or maybe I did actually, because did I fail a roll before? No, I don't think I did, huh?
Well, if you did, it's gone now. You succeeded on a difficult thing. Yeah. For some reason, there is this moment of pleasant noise, and I think all the creatures of Dathomir just kind of have a moment of relief. They hear you, but they're like, you know what? We're not going to do anything about that because life is terrible here. And this is our one moment of joy.
But, we all hear this very pleasant sound, and then we hear Quincy go,
That's all right, yeah, and then it's
That's
oh,
the vibes.
yeah. Okay. This is normal again. All right. Yeah, you guys are able to sleep through the night and wake up feeling healed and rested. And Bernard, you did have a hole in your wing, so you're not fully healed up, but you definitely are feeling a lot better. The wound has healed. It's not actively bleeding or anything.
maybe
But
you
it
can
is
put a
still going to
rock
be
in it.
difficult
It's
to
a
hide,
rock holder.
to fly.
No, that is a terrible idea. That would weigh them down.
Napoleon's holding the pebble, but can we try?
No.
Oh, that sounds really scary, guys.
All right, and you guys get back on, get on the road for the first time since crossing it, and you make your way back, and yeah, it's a real easy trek. It takes a couple days, so anything you want to do in that time, but most people in Dathomir kind of stay in their clans and covens and various social groups. They don't tend to venture out. The roads are kind of just there in case people do need to travel between places, but most of the time they just kind of stay where they are, or they go out into the forest to hunt. So there's not a lot going on. But anything you want to do in the 2 days that it takes you to travel. All right.
No, Winky just as before, he's gonna stay in the middle of the group and be wary.
Wonderful. All right, yeah, you guys, you make it back. It's a pretty uneventful journey. You've got your prize. You're walking along. Occasionally, you catch a very large, bat-like beast flying in the sky, but it doesn't, descend upon you or anything. Occasionally, there's some growls in the woods and things, but you're able to make it back to the cave, and you see Ida's corpse there. It's not. I mean, it's fallen over at this point. She was sitting upright, but now she's fallen over. And it's still, she looks horrible, but I mean, she's not covered in blood. It's rained, and she's just kind of laying there in a ragdoll position.
Mistress, we got your ice. We got your ice. You're looking
Eyes!
Ice.
Quincy
You're
is
looking
going
rather
to
bloated today.
is going to kind of tip the bottle to the side as he's carrying it in his mouth and sort of tip it and drop the eyes out next to the corpse, and then sort of bat one a little bit, like an inch to the right,
Now what do we do?
and then
Yeah,
just kind of sit
okay.
there.
Yeah, I think you sit there for a few minutes and nothing really happens at first. And but then you do it's an uncomfortable amount of time, but then you do hear Ida's voice behind you again. For some reason she can't manifest right in front of you at whenever she does, but she is from behind you is just like, "Oh, hey, you guys found him."
Stop doing that.
Sorry, yeah. Well, hopefully this will work, and I could, just be there and not here. Okay. All right, let's do this again. I don't know if this will work.
Do we need to make a spell?
Yeah. So this again, you guys are sort of like anchoring my soul here. This is how I can do this. So if you guys could just like form a circle around the body.
That's the 3-sided one.
No.
Nope.
There's 5
Remember,
of us.
it's just around. It's like the
So
thing I
it's
drew on the.
Oinky, go stand over there. You're not allowed to be in the 3-sided circle.
No.
No, Oinky needs to be here too. All of you need to be here. Just stand.
Okay.
It's a circle. Poliad, remember, a circle is the thing I drew on the floor with the symbols in it. It's that shape.
Think of
I
when
don't
Oinky
follow.
when Oinky blows up and gets round. That is a circle.
Oh, I thought
I
that was
don't
a
blow
sphere.
up. I'm very.
That is a globe.
All right.
Boo!
But before you do, I do need one of you to place the eyes on top of my eyes. I know it's gross, but just put them there. That's it's for the spell. I need you to do it. Just if someone could just pick them up and put them on one on each eye.
I guess I use
My
my tongue.
Oh, your tongue.
Does anybody
Okay.
want to try? I guess I can use my hand, but I'm getting kind of dangerous in my danger.
I will
I-
try to. I'll pick it up with my mouth. As gross as that is.
Okay. Yeah, I think you're able to do it. I mean, it's just grabbing something in your mouth. You know,
Okay.
you're a little crystal fox. You
Yeah,
you're able
I
to-
do hunt little small
yeah.
rodents.
Yeah.
so-
So yeah, it's not a pleasant feeling or taste, but yeah, you get the thing in your mouth and place it on Ida's eyes, and yeah, she says like yeah. So okay, form a circle around the body. I'm gonna stand here behind my own head, and then you guys form a circle around me.
Did you see how bravely we bit the man?
You
No,
mean me?
no, I didn't.
Me?
I
The
didn't.
greatest of
We
all.
thought we fought so hard for you,
It
mistress.
was just me.
And no one mourns the wicked.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, he was kind of a dick. You know, we dated off and on, but yeah, it never would have worked out.
Quincy tried to fight that.
Yeah, good.
Yes, but no good deed goes unpunished.
Oh my god.
Oh
Good. All right. Yeah, and so you all form a circle, and you see the green ghost of Ida like throw her head back, and her eyes kind of go white, and the green mist kind of circles around you, and all of your eyes start glowing green. And she starts chanting some spells.
Brouhaha.
Yeah, probably the ones from a Wicked song that I can't remember. But
Oh, I was
she's-
thinking like shark bait, brouhaha, shark bait, brouhaha.
she's doing a spell, and then you all suddenly are asleep. You immediately are unconscious, and you wake sometime later to you're inside the cave, and Ida is getting your food ready in her body, making your food, getting your water dishes, getting everything together.
Yay.
Quincy immediately goes over to his water bowl and, upon determining it has been refilled, declares the catastrophe has been averted and begins to drink.
Polian just jumps over, just going, Mistress, was I the best Gorg? Am I Master Gorg?
She leans down and gives you a little like scritch and is like, yes, you are the Master Gorg. Yes, you are the Master Gorg.
Puck goes
Here's a
up
fly,
to her.
and she just like has like a little dead fly in her fingers. Just...
Puck goes up there and is just like, never do that again. I can't handle
Never die.
Yeah,
Please
yeah,
don't leave me
I mean,
alone
hopefully
with
you
them like
won't.
that.
I don't intend to be murdered again, but hey, at least we know it works. So go
Yeah.
team, everyone! I was able to. We were able to fully resurrect someone, and that someone was me. Suck it, Night Sisters.
What a wonderful finale.
Yeah, and you guys have accomplished your task. The Night Sister is no
Hooray.
longer dead.
Yay!
Yay!
So
did
thank you everyone for playing this silly little game with me and taking our little foray into horror comedy. Yeah.
Yeah,
We
that was
now
fun.
return. We now return to your regularly scheduled programming of people making better decisions.
Oh,
They don't
much
bunch of
better.
small
I don't
animals.
think so. I think we
Definitely.
were
I don't think
actually
so.
That's
and
Thank
happy.
you. Thank you, Robin, for running this fantastic.
Yeah, thank you,
one shot.
Robin.
Amen.
Yes, thank you very, very much.
And
It
happy.
was nice to have a day off.
Happy Halloween, listeners.
Oh my god, I just got scared. My dog appeared.